Okay, so this isn't exactly when I thought I was going to be doing this. Or rather, let me start over. This is the vlog for March 30th. I just looked and it said March 30th, and I still have to go March 30th, right? March 30th, 2018. And as you may have already guessed, today I got a package. Now, I've got a couple of things that I've ordered that should be arriving, but one is going to be very small and very light. It's a carded figure. One is a much larger, heavier figure that won't be arriving for probably at least 2 weeks, probably closer to 3 or 4. And the third is a big, heavy box that was supposed to be arriving between April 3rd and April 5th, which would be Tuesday to Thursday next week, not this weekend. So imagine my surprise when I got home and I saw this box, and I thought that it would naturally have to be for somebody else. We get a lot of packages. We order a lot of things online. And I feel like I've got something in my eye. Anyway. The people at work I work with, one of whom is apparently now a subscriber, hello, you know who you are, have urged me to make an unboxing video for this when it arrives. Even after I said I didn't plan on doing any of these. Well, I still haven't done any unboxing videos on my actual figure channel, but helpfully this isn't actually a figure, or at least it shouldn't be. But now let's open the box and see what's inside. I am ready to be completely surprised by this. It might be something else entirely. It might be something that I ordered a long time ago and forgot that I had. Not that I'd ordered, and it's just now arriving, which is the way. And it's definitely not the thing I canceled, because I canceled that before the pre-order was paid, and that stuff doesn't ship until I actually finalize it. So well, I'm not going to just read this because that's going to ruin the surprise. Let's see if I can get it out and show it out as I'm taking it out. So huh? This box isn't for what I ordered. So what I ordered was the Cytec X52, but as you can see down here, this says X52 Pro. Now, the box is a little dinged and beat up. I don't know if you can see the wear very easily. It's, there we go. Obviously, not the world's greatest box, but this was a reefer. I bought this specifically reefer because it was about $50 cheaper than the full version. But what I ordered was the X52, not the X52 Pro. So it makes me wonder if they just put an X52 refurb in an X52 Pro box, because that's what they had handy. I guess we'll find out. All right. Oh God, the manual for this is just this is not just like a couple sheets of paper. This is like I could fill my printer with this. Okay. So there's that, and well, it looks like it's silver. Cytec stickers. So the weird thing about this Cytec flight stick, I went online and I looked around. Cytec was a company that stood alone by itself years ago, making flight sticks and other peripherals for the golden age of sims. The golden age of flight and space simulators was around probably 1991 through the very, very beginning of the 2000s, so maybe like 2002 to 2004. We got some amazing sim games in that time period. That's when the Jane's combat sims were big. Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator was putting on something new every other year, it felt like, and they were all splendidly advanced. And some were legitimately best graphics of the time. That was how good they were. So Cytec was making flight sims right near flight sticks right near the end of this era, but sadly it all sort of dried up right around 2003 or 2004, and people just weren't getting flight sims anymore. They were getting a lot of PS2 games on the cheap. They were sometimes getting Xbox and GameCube games, and the PC generally lost dominance in general. And it wouldn't be until Steam basically came around and revitalized the PC gaming industry that PC became something commonly seen as an option in things like game trailers and game ads. Available on the Sony system, the Microsoft system, the Nintendo system, and also on PC. Back right around the time PlayStation 2 was dominant, it was like, PlayStation 2, also maybe Xbox and GameCube. And maybe we'll make a PC version, but probably not. So, obviously, they were in trouble. The SciTech people were in trouble, and they got bought by Logitech. Thankfully, Logitech continued to release the X52, which was considered a masterpiece. I've just recently read all of this. I haven't been playing Flight Sims this whole time, but Elite Dangerous really has rekindled my interest. I had a bunch of friends that loved, what was it, Free Space? I want to say, yeah, Descent Free Space, which later just became the standalone Free Space series, which was an incredibly popular space sim. I played X-Wing way back in the day. Very, very early, like untextured polygons. That was sort of the look of that game. But I had a Microsoft Sidewinder. I probably used it more for MechWarrior, which is a series I have grown to not like over the years. But enough humming and hawing. Let's see what I've actually got here. The major difference between the X52 and the X52 Pro visually is the color. The X52 has a nice sort of blue and silver color. It's actually mostly gunmetal silver with some black and some blue highlights, including glowing blue LCDs on the throttle body. Not throttle body, just the throttle. Throttle body is like in the car, if it's a car. I don't know much about cars. Okay, here's the suction cups that attach it to the ground. Here's, looks like an S-video cable that probably attaches both the throttle and the stick together. The USB port is on the stick only, but this is not what was on the Amazon page. The Amazon refurb page for this said X52 refurb. The X52 Pro is like a solid black with red highlights. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's cold. The metal is really kind of cold. Oh, that's the two-stage. That's the two-stage trigger. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, this part is like plastic on all the images I saw of the X52. It's chromed metal. Oh my good lord, this is gorgeous. It feels so good. Oh, these switches back here. Oh my gosh, they've got this texture on them. Okay, so they're not toggles necessarily. They're spring-loaded, so you press them down and they spring back. So each one of these is actually two buttons, one up, one down. There's a hat switch up here for directional. This is also some sort of hat switch, but it's slightly different. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, there's three buttons for just guns in general up here. And, oh, safety. That is the big bomb button. That is full missiles. Oh my god. Oh, that is so awesome. Okay, this is a shock. I wonder if I'm supposed to return this. Yeah, it just says X52 on the invoice. I wonder, I'm not legally obligated to send this back if they sent me the wrong one, am I? I don't know. If the company that sent me this, or SciTech or Logitech, sees this video on the internet and they're like, you have the wrong thing and it's your responsibility to send it back, then I will. Absolutely. If not, I'm just going to use this thing and enjoy it. Oh my gosh, this is the throttle. I've had flight sticks in the past, nothing as heavy duty as that. I have never had a throttle stick. I've never had a full HOTS system. Oh, this looks like it's brand new. They both do. I mean, they really do look like they're completely new. This is nuts. Refurbished stuff is really, like, if you find a place that does refurbs and they are the real deal, they are as good as new. The Surface Book that I'm actually doing this review on is a refurb, and it might as well be good as new, with one exception. There's a dead point on the touchpad where if I touch to click, like the mouse pointer, it won't register. But that feels so okay. Power down, ease off the throttle, full stop. Frame jump system, or no, say frame drive online. Throttle up to jump to hyperspeed. People complain about the detents at the end, but I think that's a good way of sort of like the difference between very low power but still moving forward slightly and just like full stop, you know, just to lock it. But oh my gosh, force. Oh, I can adjust. Oh my gosh. I didn't really notice the difference there. So what happens if I go the other direction? Well, that feels looser. Okay. Okay, so that's probably the loosest it can get, which is a little too loose for me. Let's go all the way to the tightest upper end. God. Oh, that's really, yeah, that's really tight. So, so I want something looser than that. There's a sweet Goldilocks spot here. Yeah, it's probably around there. Maybe a little bit tighter. Okay. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Okay. I'll probably loosen it a bit if I feel like it's not responsive enough, but just, oh, yeah. And then this thing, the buttons on this. So there's a mouse, like, this is essentially an analog stick on any modern controller, like from the DualShock upward. Anything that had an analog stick. The N64 controller had an analog stick in the middle. And this is just like, so there's like, there's all the way and then there's sort of all the way, although it's very small. I feel like it's going to be sort of hard to throttle my movement. That's going to be the thruster for like landings and careful maneuvering. And then there's a slider on the slider. I mean, this is obviously the major throttle motion, but then this little button here, let's see here, slides up and down. I wonder what the heck that's going to be for. And then there's a button here. There's two little rotational things. I thought these were hat switches, but they're actually rotational switches of some sort. I don't know what they're for. And then, oh, God. Oh, there's a hat switch on the front of this. Is a hat switch. So that's 4 directions, too. That'll probably be like power to shields versus power to weapons, power to engines, or balance. For those of you that out there that actually play Elite Dangerous will know what I'm talking about. And then, before I finish up, I've gotten a bit long on this one. There's an LCD readout. Let's see if I can get some sunlight from outside. That it's got a sticker on it right now to protect it, but that should glow and give me information. There's a button I can press that if I have it turned on, then the whatever I press, it will tell me what that key is bound to. But holy moly, I've got this and I've got it for the weekend. I was just crying and moaning the other day that Elite Dangerous went on sale this weekend, and I bought it for full price and felt like a sucker for it. I could have saved myself $30. And now I have something that is way more than I thought I was going to get by accident. Or maybe it was the Pro and I just didn't even notice. It said it was the last one. Maybe they sold the last one but still had the sale up and they just decided to give me this. I don't know. People generally aren't that generous. But, got them in their sights. Ready the torpedoes. Woo! Okay, well, this one's going to be hard to top, but I still have faith. This has been Eric Spornitz, and tomorrow will be better.